Hello again, FA Nation. Justin Fensterman back with you. Welcome back to ADP TV on FantasyAlarm.com as we're getting you ready for your fantasy football drafts by going over some of the trendy players and their average draft positions. Here's some of the guys that I like at their current ADPs. Let's start with LeVeon Bell, Jets running back. 8.4 right now. And the reason why I like that ADP so much is not as much because of Bell, but it's because of the running back position. With all the uncertainty surrounding Ezekiel Elliott and Melvin Gordon and their holdouts, you have to go with the safety option if you're planning on starting with running back. And that is why for LeVeon Bell, 8.4, I am willing to move him up a few spots just to get who I think is going to be one of the elite running backs of the 2019 fantasy football season. The Jets have beefed up their offensive line. The guy hasn't played in a year. Durability should be at its highest, and hopefully he's been training. Otherwise, he's going to be cramping a lot with those legs. But so far, so good in training camp. I am willing to go with him as a safety net option by drafting him a few positions earlier, even as early as 4th or 5th overall, depending on the flow of the drafts and which running backs are still on the board. So LeVeon Bell, I am still willing to move up a few spots. And because of the same thought process I have when looking on the back end, especially if I'm starting with a wide receiver, Nick Chubb, 20.2 right now. Now, I know everybody is so into Baker Mayfield and getting Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, who right now is a great value. Still, you have to look at the run game. Just shy of 1,000 yards. This guy averaged over 5 yards per rush, which is awesome. And I'm not even worried about Kareem Hunt. That's later in the season. Another guy, because of the current situation with these running backs, Nick Chubb is another guy that I am willing to draft in the early 2nd round. Right now, average draft position 20.2. That's set for him to go late in the 2nd round. I'm willing to draft him as early as 15, 16. And that is why I want to have a safety net. You have to get your running backs early to have a very happy fantasy football season. Want to take a shot on problem players? It's going to be a very angry fantasy football season, as LeVeon Bell owners from last year know very, very well. Final guy to look at here, Phillip Rivers. 128 right now. I'm never one to pay up for quarterbacks. That's why for the last few years, Phillip Rivers has been at an excellent ADP. We're talking 11th round. Why spend on Patrick Mahomes, Watson, Baker Mayfield, Rodgers, all of those guys, Andrew Luck, when you can wait until the 11th round to get Phillip Rivers, who now has Hunter Henry back. I know the Melvin Gordon situation is impactful there in Los Angeles, but still, they have Austin Eckler, they have Justin Jackson. Melvin Gordon was hurt, and these guys were able to fill the void temporarily, and they will be able to for a few more games, even if Gordon ends up getting traded. But 128 for Phillip Rivers, that's an amazing average draft position for him. Again, it just shows how deep quarterback goes, and it just shows how long you can actually wait to draft a quarterback, and you don't have to spend on Mahomes early. Phillip Rivers, I'm going all day. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Hunter Henry coming back, like I mentioned. Really, really like the situation for Phillip Rivers. Again, 128, you couldn't get better when it comes to value. Quarterback ranking from last year, 7th of all quarterbacks. I like that. The proof is in the pudding with this veteran, and that is why the 128 ADP, I will take that all day and be very, very thrilled at the end of the day. I'm Justin Fensterman. Good luck with your fantasy football drafts. We're getting you ready to dominate and win those rings on FantasyAlarm.com.